Welcome to the Down to Mars podcast, the promo pod edition. I know I say this every time, but I am actually the most excited for this one. Just even that laugh, like I can't. So today I have one of my really good friends, Tiffany. Welcome to the pod, Tiff.
Hey, girl. Hey.
I'm so excited that you decided to come chat with me today. Of course. You were like the one I was like, we need to talk to Tiffany. Aww. Tiffany has all the tea. Tiffany's been in the game for a minute, right?
Too long.
So you know what's good and what's not good. But yeah. So how did we meet? Because I can't even remember like the first time. And I always like to start with how we met. And I'm trying to remember. And I feel like there was one time I'm thinking, but I can't remember if it was the first or not. So maybe you can let me know.
Was it Martell's for
Christmas?
The Christmas sweater? Tito's.
Was it
Yeah, I thought you were so sweet, too. Because you were like, we're all going to Asbury after if you want to come. I was like, I wish I could, but I'm old.
Stop. I don't remember.
No, we were actually going to like a friend's.
Oh, okay. I think
friend's ugly Christmas sweater party in Brick afterwards, or was it Wall or Brick? And then I remember saying to you, I was like, I'm just gonna keep this Tito's sweater on, and you were like, yeah. And then we like danced with Santa a little bit.
That's the part I remember is like I just met this girl and I was like, she is a fun time to do a promo with, because you were dancing with Santa and you were like all over bopping all over the place. I was like, oh my god, this is what I love when I come to a promo, like I don't like, when you get there and then like the girl's just not so it's good when you get there and someone's vibing
about
with
the
you.
Devils games in the beginning, how much fun they were.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we're gonna deep dive on our little Devils program later, but
to be continued.
Exactly. But
they were so much fun. Remember
they were.
We used to get all that food.
They were. I know. Me and Fiona touched
carrot cake
on our I need that carrot cake back in my life. I do. That was so good.
You would be looking for the cheeseburgers.
The cheese. They had some good food there.
They did.
It was great until
I missed that.
Until
it
wasn't.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think that was our first official time meeting. I don't even know how long ago that was now. First of all, were we wearing the
Dave
black
and I have been together. Yes.
With like the orange stuff? The hoodies.
Yes.
The hoodies. Okay. Because I know they had like the sweaters that were like actual Christmas design, but then they also had like
those were hot and itchy though.
Yeah.
I like the ones that we had that one year.
Wait, I don't know if I should say this. I saw on Fiona's Poshmark one time that she sold one for like $40 or more.
Wait,
on her
she
Poshmark.
was selling it?
Yeah, it must have been like hers that we wear ours and then take it home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She probably could have got $100 for that.
Really?
I thought about it one time.
Well, I didn't even think you could get like 10.
Really?
Guys, I'm drinking Olipop. I drink.
They're a hot commodity, that Tito shit. Excuse my language.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah. But yeah. Well, if Dave and I have been together 3.5 years, almost 4, I would say that was probably 2019.
Okay, that makes sense. We probably met like a little before COVID hit, I want to say.
It was probably, December. But I always saw your pictures on top.
Yeah, I think we always knew of each other. Yeah. But we never actually had a promo together.
Yeah.
And that's because you worked with like my friends, I feel like.
Yes.
And I remember seeing you.
And for so many years too, like I would always see Fiona's pictures on social media. And then one day, like finally working with her, it was kind of like similar. And I think it was kind of only a few months before meeting you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I feel like it was close.
And like it was kind of like I already knew you guys just from seeing your pictures all the time.
Yeah. No, that's so true. Especially like when I feel like we were heavy into like Top Flight and stuff like that. So you always see them post and then you get familiar with the girls.
I worked with Marissa a lot prior to meeting you guys. I worked with her like Jackson Surf Taco, a bunch of places. And I remember going through a terrible breakup and then her like just being so amazing, giving great advice.
She's the best with that.
Great advice. She was so caring and kind. And I was like, oh my God, I love this girl. Aww. So like we hit it off. And then down the road, months later, she told me she was going through the same thing. I'm like,
Aww. She needs to be like a breakup specialist though, like or a therapist, because she helped me through mine too. Like she really did. I tell her all the time, like I don't think I would have been able to get through my breakup without you. Like she's really good like that. She is.
And she was telling me, she was like, try yoga, meditating, like different things like that. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, no,
she's right. I did. I really did. I YouTubed, I Googled.
Aw.
Yeah.
Good. No, that actually makes a lot of sense, because I wasn't working a lot of promos with Marissa, and I knew like of her because like you said, like we see everybody on the pictures and stuff, and I knew that she was like friendly with Fiona and Chandler and stuff like that, and I had been doing more promos with them too. So then it makes sense. And then kind of towards like the end of them, me and her were doing them together. Then. Who?
Marissa.
Oh,
she
yeah,
looks
she
so
does.
different.
She does, yeah.
Her
yeah,
hair was like super long.
Yeah, she looks so different. I feel like me and Fiona are the only ones who like look the same.
Yeah.
We are.
But yeah, I'm honestly so thankful to have met you guys.
I know.
Like all of you.
That's like one of my favorite things about promos is the relationships I've met.
Friends forever, you know? It's like, it's really great. I'm really thankful. Like,
I'm so thankful.
The times that you actually need a friend or need to talk, vent, you know, even though these promos could be like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, it's like great to have that girl time and, you know, also work.
Yeah. But no, you're right. Like that bond is something that like you don't get every day.
Yep.
And
exactly.
No, I'm so thankful I met you too. And like I could like get emotional about it because like you were there for me in like dark times and stuff, you know?
Same.
And like it's like unexpected that people, even though we're not people that text every day, we don't talk every day, but at the end of the day, like if I text her or like even if I like post something a little bit like cryptic, you're like, are you good? Like, are you okay? Like, what's wrong? Like, talk to me. And I just love that so much, and I appreciate that
and
so
it's
much.
nice too, like whenever if you needed anything at all, hey, I have a flat tire on the side of the road, I'm by your house, you know, people come, nice people.
Exactly.
You know, like your mom was saying, like just kindness matters.
It does.
Yeah.
And
but I am just, you know, sometimes I'm shocked on how much tragedies I've had in the past 4 years, but you know, it's nice when you meet people that are, you know, so friendly and kind, and it really does help people. It uplifts people.
Yeah. And I feel like it is the people who have been through tragedies like you have that, you know, shine the brightest smile and are such a positive vibe, because I swear like I'm always so happy whenever I'm like, they're like, you're going to work with Tiffany or Tiffany's on. I'm just like, you're just such a ball of like beautiful energy. And I love it. Seriously.
Thank you so much.
For real.
It's sweet. Like I hear it from the office that I work at too.
No,
like,
you are. And you have been through shit in your life. So you know, you don't have to be as happy as you are, but you are so happy and positive, and I appreciate being around that. Yeah.
Thank you.
You do it
so
well.
much.
You do it
I
well.
appreciate that.
Of course. So I want to ask you, because I don't know, how did you get into promos?
Okay. So, I felt like I wanted to do something where I can use my personality, and I was very outgoing. I actually have a few embarrassing things that I've tried out for in my life.
Really?
I've been like a finalist for like Playboy.
No way.
And like looking back now, I'm like, oh gosh, like thankfully that didn't happen.
I wish
because
it
like
did.
really
that would have been so
sick,
Tim.
No, and then like I was even one of those girls, because you got to remember I'm 40, so like I was even one of those girls that were
40.
Like,
where
I was like,
show some ID.
I want a Playboy bunny tattoo. I'm so glad I didn't get that. But yeah, and like I went to New York, and I tried out, and it was going to be called like Jersey Shore All Naturals or something like that.
They
wanted like natural look. And I sent them my photos, and then they sent me an email stating that I was like one of the finalists, and like I got so excited. And then they sent me to New York, and it was like this beautiful hotel. And I remember me and my friend drove up there. And then we went to like this cool restaurant bar that they don't have anymore. It was a Hawaiian Tropic where all the waitresses were like in bathing suits, and it was like based off of like the Hawaiian Tropic suntan lotion. Like things were so much cooler back in the day, I feel like
1,000%. 1,000%.
But I remember being in a room with like 100 girls, and I remember like I'm not gonna get it, and like they take you in this back room in like this like black silk robe, and like you have nothing on underneath, and you're in front of like a camera with like these two weird guys. And I remember like when I dropped my robe, I was like, this is not for me. And like they were just like, wow, they said something like they made like a ooh, I like the natural or something, like something weird, like because they haven't seen natural in so long working for Playboy.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, that didn't work out, but it was an experience. And they give you like a bag of like giveaways, like Playboy giveaways, and like souvenirs.
Gave you a little loot bag.
It was like a T-shirt that said like I post today. Yeah, I actually just got rid of that recently.
Funny. Oh my god, that is so funny.
And then I tried out for the Jersey Shore show.
Okay, I didn't know that.
It was in Manasquan, and I kicked myself in the ass though because I wasn't myself completely. And I feel like if I was myself, I probably would have made it because I saw that they were interested. And like I waited on this like long line out the door, like onto the boardwalk for like hours.
Oh my god!
And I remember like talking to them. And if I really told them how I acted, really honestly, at that time in Seaside back in the day, dancing on the bars and on stage,
crazy.
And like Jersey Shore, like Bamboo, like Wilds back in the day, my early 20s, I would have freaking been a millionaire right now living in these $1 million homes.
Yeah.
But they asked me like a question, and I was like trying to feel them out, like to what they wanted, if they wanted someone that was like slutty or not slutty.
Yeah.
And I went for the not slutty, but meanwhile I was so slutty.
Yeah.
I was so slutty, and I should have. Sorry, Mom. I should have kept going with it. I should have been myself and not put a front on.
Yeah,
because I totally would have been
1,000%. You would have.
Yep.
Yeah,
I could have been like the Sammy sweetheart over there, or like
Oh,
so man. But yeah, so I was like, all right, well, I still want to do something. So, I remember back then there wasn't agencies like there are now. I worked directly for ShorePoint distributors. And they make you sign like this contract that like your hair has to be perfect, your makeup, your nails have to always be done, your toes. You cannot wear pants like you do now. It was either I remember like it was yesterday. It was white skirt, white shorts, black skirt or black shorts. That was it.
Well, you're working for that girl with the blonde.
Yes.
I can't think of her name right now.
Was it?
Gosh, it's bothering me.
Was it Deb?
I can't think. But I remember. I would go to her house like a few times to like pick up promo stuff.
Did you work for ShorePoint too?
I didn't work for ShorePoint, but they were working with the Trend company for some reason. Like They kind of had like a collab. So like whenever I would do like the Millers or the stuff that ShorePoint does, like I would have to go to her. I can't either. I remember. Yeah, she was so sweet though. I remember she was sweet.
She was.
She's right.
Yeah, you see people's colors in the end, kind of thing.
Yeah.
There was two girls. They were called the Jersey Shore twins, Elizabeth and Brenna. Do you remember them?
No.
So on Route 34, there was a big billboard. It was BJ and like 4 girls.
Stop it!
Back then, the Coors Light girls were like the it thing with ShorePoint, and
that is so funny.
We had the yellow Hummer with BJ, and there was a red Hummer also, and we would be in the St. Patrick's Day parade in the summer in Seaside and Point. No, not Point. I'm sorry, Seaside and Belmar, and it was honestly so much fun.
I did a few of those, probably like 4 or 5 of the Seaside and Belmar with BJ, and they are the most
It was
fun
so much
thing.
fun. It was so much fun. Like you were able to like drink all night. You were able to do every promo with
and you're
alcohol.
Getting your work done. Like we were doing our work, but still having fun at the same time. And you
remember,
want that. I feel like you want girls that are going to have fun with it and not like be walking around low key miserable. Like you want girls that are happy to be there.
Yeah. I remember one time someone sent her a photo of us not holding a beer, and she sent us a text or something and was like, you need to hold a beer. And I was like, okay. So like we were allowed to drink Corona and Coors Light.
They were.
That was the only. So Corona, Coors Light, and Blue Moon was the only
thing
three
you
that
could
we did.
drink, yeah.
Well, that was the only 3 promos we did too.
Well, yeah, that is. Yeah, that is.
It was so much easier. And barely any liquor stores. Like, I think I did probably 2 liquor stores back then. It wasn't even a thing.
Oh, really?
It wasn't even a thing. Well, with Shore Point, it wasn't a thing. It was mostly, I remember doing like Tiffany's in Tom's River on 37, Bamboo, Karma, Hemingway's, Jenks.
That is so funny because
of
course I wasn't doing promos back then, so I didn't know like there was promos going on at like Karma.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
That is
it was literally so much fun. Like, we were able to just party. Yeah. The sales reps would buy us shots all night.
Yeah, the Shore Point sales reps were so cool. Like, so cool. I loved going around with them throughout the parade and like bar hopping and stuff. They were always so nice and welcoming and like made you just feel you know, like included and happy to be there.
It was a party.
Yeah.
But like, it's just, you know, now it's, you know, it's different. Like, you're not allowed to drink. You're not allowed to try anything. Like, you could wear pants, you could wear more relaxed clothes. Like, we had to be in heels back then. Like, regular heels or wedges. Like, it had to be.
Yeah. And they were strict about it, right?
Yeah.
Because now, like, me and Fiona talked about in our episode a few times, I pulled up my Top Flight contract because I randomly found it, like, the other day. So I was like, let me look at this. And it's funny to see, like, all the things they require of you. But now it's like, do you really require this? Because I've worked with girls that you've hired that come with no makeup, that come looking like that.
I mean, if it's, you know, if they're not enforcing it, I'm like, forget
they're not
it.
enforcing
because
it.
Because it's just, you know, it's, I mean, they do say it, like, when they send you out, like, confirmations and stuff.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes.
I'm just, you know.
And, like, even, like, with the nails being done, like, everything or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Sometimes,
it's so
like,
different
right now, I
now.
have a nail missing. I was, like, scared to even come on here with it. I was trying to glue it back on, and then I lost it, and I was just like, whatever. Yeah. But, yeah, everything like that, I'm like.
So then, to finish your question, I'm sorry.
No,
but, like, yeah, so then I just, you know, I was like, eventually I bartended, and I you know, it was too much bartending, and boyfriends don't like it. But you know, I went to school, and then I always had a full-time job, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this until they don't want me anymore.
Yeah.
So I just, you know, do it on the weekends.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was it.
So you started with Shore Point, and then kind of just like
Shore Point, and then Select Promotions.
Okay.
And then what was the other one? Thrive Model Management.
I never heard of that one.
Well, so then eventually I was doing the Hawaiian Tropic suntan lotion and banana boat.
Oh,
and they
cool.
were paying like $40
directly,
an hour.
You're saying? Oh, that's nice.
They were paying $40 an hour. Yeah. And then, yeah, you had some promos, they wanted you in like a bikini. Yeah. But you know, I feel like
I don't mind.
You,
like if it's
you would have been the best for that though.
Stop it.
It wasn't for me. The more natural, lower.
Yeah. I'll go in a bikini if it's a venue that's an appropriate place for a bikini. But I've known like promo companies like send girls in a bikini to like a restaurant. Like, wow, don't do that. Yeah. I wouldn't do that.
I know one of my girlfriends that I met actually through like Top Flight. They had her buy some pool in a club in AC, which that was, you know, made sense. Yeah, it was a Bud Light bathing suit.
That makes sense.
And she looked hot. And it was like 4 of them, so it was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I.
Nice. So how long now have you been doing it? Did you get into it right when you were 21 or?
I would say 25.
25. Okay.
25. Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's
so 25 to 40.
Okay.
15.
You've been doing it a long time. And have you always done it like here and there, or were you doing it full time when you first started?
So in the beginning, I kind of feel like sometimes it's who you know, how likable, how there's favoritism.
Oh yeah, totally. But do you feel like you could have done it full time, or do you feel like you were only getting asked enough?
I tried last year, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
So
work
even
out.
when you first started, it was kind of just more like a side thing?
Yeah. Okay. And like, you know, $25 an hour back then, it was like, oh my God.
That's what I said. I was like, when I first heard it, because I did it right when I was 21, so 6-7 years ago. Yeah. And I remember hearing like 29, I think, or it was 29 or 30, because I was doing it for Evolve, like right when they broke off to be like Evolve from Select. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Sign me up. Like, that's so cool.
But I do feel a little bit, sometimes there's cattiness or competition.
Oh, totally.
But even from the beginning, but yeah, you really gotta, like that girl that we were talking about before, she kisses butt.
Oh,
that's how she gets all the ones that she gets.
I didn't even know that well, maybe that's why she's trying to do that now, because in the beginning she felt like she wasn't being favored.
Because
what she was mad that she thought that we got.
Yeah.
So sorry guys, you probably have no idea what we're talking about, but so when was this? Maybe like last year. I feel like it probably was last year. Around this time last year, because
you're right.
It's August now, and we're about to get into like heavy trade show / gala / charity event season. Like we're about to get in little black dress season right now, and that's what we were in at that point.
I do remember being in shorts, and it was chilly out.
September-ish, I want to say. So last year around September-ish, and this was kind of when I was just like, okay, I have a little bit more free time on my hands. Maybe I will dive back into the promo world a little bit here and there when it's worth it. Exactly. So I was like, and if I'm gonna work with someone I like, and shit like that. So I remember hitting up Charles, and of course she was more than happy to have me back. And my first event was going to be, I think it was my first event back for like a while, and it was going to be at, where did we work? Eagle Oaks? Yes. Was it Eagle Oaks? I thought so. I love Eagle Oaks. Love working there because it's like 10-minute drive from my house, and it's just a beautiful place, and they're always so like friendly there.
And the food is so good.
So good. So it was an outdoor event, and it was all set up. I want to say, what was it, like a charity event, or maybe not even? No, that one wasn't. It was just something for the guys at the country club, kind of. I think so, yeah. It was just like a dinner for them or something. I'm not sure exactly, but it was kind of just the guys, I'm pretty sure. And
it wasn't even like that busy.
No, it wasn't at all. But I had got there, and then all of a sudden this girl was on the course, and then she like comes up to me, and she was like, doesn't even say like hi or anything, and she's just like, how are you working for Tito's? Or like something like that. And I was just like so rubbed the wrong way. I was like,
she did say it like that. You told me like when I got there.
And didn't the other girl told you too?
Yeah.
The other girl that was
the other girl even described this girl as a crazy person.
Yeah, she was like, that interaction was not okay. Like she, as soon as that girl said that to me, the other girl who was setting up her promo next to me and Tiffany was, well, at first Tiffany wasn't even like around for this part, but the girl like propped her head up because she was like, whoa, like what, why is this girl talking like this for no reason to this other girl? And I'm like, I don't know you, why are you talking to me like this? And I'm like, what do you mean, girl? Like, I've been doing this for years now at this point. Like, I just took a break, so maybe you don't know about me.
Yeah.
But for real though,
tell her.
But for real though, I couldn't believe that, like, because like I said, I took a break for a while, but promos weren't like that when I was doing them. So for someone like that to like come at me for like, I don't know, just walking up there, I was like, what the hell?
I don't feel like anyone has ever had an attitude like that before.
That was the first time. Yeah. I was like, that's why I was caught off guard. I was like,
who are you?
Yeah, exactly. And then she's just like still going, and she's like, I'm working for Top Flight or whatever, and she's like, well, did Charlie like text you about this, or did you find it on
Trusted Herd?
No, Trusted Her. No. One of the ones that it goes right to, or that it's supposed to go right to.
Bookings?
Is it Pop? It might be Pop. I don't know. One of the apps that it goes to. Pinata. She's like, did you do it on Pinata, or did Charlesy text you? And at this point, the manager's coming over to talk to me about the promo, and he's like standing there waiting for me to talk to him, and she's still going off on me, and me and the other girl just looking at each other like, I'm not entertaining this. So I just looked at the manager, and I was like, I am so sorry. Like, let's continue our conversation, because he was even looking like, what is going on right now? Like, it was just mortifying and embarrassing, and I just like couldn't believe that she did that. Like, you saw my face when you came back to the little section.
I actually got there, what was it, 5 minutes late
after, and
I'm getting texts from Erica.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, where are you? And I'm like, I'm 5 minutes away. And she's like, well, next time let us know. And I'm like, okay. So then I text you, and you're like, I'm inside, don't worry about it. And I'm like, well, it seems like, somebody just told them, and you were like, I got a story, come in.
Yeah.
And then I get in there, and you're telling me, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. So she ratted you out.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. So she was doing a promo during the day. She was doing a promo during the day on the golf course, and we were doing the night shift when they had their little dinner. So she was so upset that she was working during the day for I don't know what brand. I think it was Patron, which is an amazing brand to be working for. Yeah. And she wanted to be with Tito's because she likes Tito's more, which is ridiculous. So you're on the golf course all day, probably getting tips too, and you're still mad.
She said she took off of her full-time job that morning just to work that, and I'm like, why? Yeah. I literally said, oh, because she came back later. She came back, like a half hour later when we thought she was gone.
Oh, I didn't even remember that
part. You and I were at the table for like a half hour, and she comes back with like a cardboard box of stuff.
I remember.
She walks over to us and
tried to say something to me.
I'm like, yeah, she was trying to like apologize or something.
She was like, I wasn't coming at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But you were asking me questions that was none of your business, but whatever.
And not politely.
So I was like, I don't know what happened, because she was like talking to me about it. I was like, I don't know what happened. I don't want to get involved. What's in that box?
Yeah. And I remember that.
And she goes, it's Tito's. Sure, it's for my next event or something. And I was like, can I get one? And she was like, I can't give them to you. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So then I just texted Charsley, and she sent me one. It was a Tito's anniversary T-shirt. Like, I've been working with Tito since they started. Yeah. I deserve that T-shirt.
Yeah.
And she just couldn't give it to me. It was so weird.
Yeah. Well, she picks and chooses, like, what she wants to do. She's just crazy. Honestly, I wrote in my recap, like, a few times about instances I had with her, and no one has gotten back to me. And I love Charlesy, and I won't say I love Tough Life. I love Charlesy. I mean, yeah, I was just a little bit disappointed that I went back and that's what I was dealing with, because
it's strange situation, because I feel like I've complained about someone before and nothing really happened.
Yeah.
So
but
I'm sorry you went through that, because I know it's embarrassing and to be put on the spot like that.
Yeah, it was annoying.
Odd.
And then
very odd.
Yeah, and then like even another time I saw her, and I saw you that night too. We were working at, I don't remember where. I was working upstairs, remember, and you were working downstairs. It was another golf one.
It was in Monroe.
It was a little bit ways away, maybe in Monroe. It was another country club, and it was a big event, really big event. And she was there working for two companies. She was working for Top Flight, and then she was also there working for a brewery in Asbury.
Wow.
Yeah. She was there as their sales rep, the brewery in Asbury, but she was there as a BA for Charlesy. But she would have the girl that she was working with like cover, like I'm pretty sure it was Paula too.
Wow.
And Paula would like cover for her, and then like she would go like run around and like be the sales rep for.
Did you tell her that?
I don't remember if I said that might have been the time I wrote something in my recap, but I'm not sure. And I know like she like heavily drinks at all these things too, so it's just like and then she was trying to take home like I don't know. It was
she
just
definitely
like
does actually, now that you say that.
Yeah, she does for sure.
I remember seeing it when I worked in Point with her.
Yeah, she does. We don't have to dive back into her, but I did want to ask you, I know this is hard because for me it's a hard question, but what is your favorite part about being a brand ambassador?
My favorite part?
Wait, actually, time out. Now that I just said brand ambassador, that reminds me, the first question I like to ask everybody is, what do you like to be called? Because I don't have a preference, but I know some girls have a preference. Promo model, brand ambassador, brand representative, promo gal.
I don't feel like I look like a model. So, promo girl, BA,
that's what I say. I'll say like promo girl, like for the most part.
Also, I mean, I feel like sometimes I do look better than some of the people that are getting hired nowadays, but I don't like to be, I don't like to,
use the word model.
I don't like to discriminate because I'm not that kind of person. But like my boyfriend actually is the one that like pointed it out to me one day. We were at I think Shore House, and it said like something like Jameson models will be here later on today. Excuse me. And like the girl showed up, and he was like they shouldn't write that. And I was like I don't know.
It's been like slim pickings, so
they're
just like yeah.
Yeah.
But
honestly, like we were saying before, with $25 an hour being a lot back in the day, with the way that the economy has, wrought
inflation.
Like with everything that's gone up with the prices and stuff, like for example, hair prices have gone up, hair dye, highlights,
nails,
haircut,
everything. Yeah.
Just to get a blowout and makeup and, nails, like all the prices of things have gone up. You would think that our pay would have gone up more than just $5 in 15 years.
Yeah, I think so.
Because if they want us to look a certain way, that certain way costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
It costs more than 25, 30 bucks an hour for, so it's for me as, somebody that, owns their own home and, has bills and stuff. I don't have the luxury just to spend $300 to get my hair done once a month and get my nails done and makeup and this and this. I would definitely love to do all that, but it's so you would think after 15 years they would bring the pay up. If it was like when we did the
Devil's Games.
Games.
So that's what I was gonna say. Some companies have. Some companies definitely have, and they'll pay.
Some companies pay $40 an hour. So you would think.
Creative State I talked about in I think the pod with I think Fiona, and they'll do
I've
up
seen,
to 40 sometimes just for like a liquor store. And I'm like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I hate liquor store promotions, but if you're gonna pay me $40 an hour, it could be worth it to sit there for 3 hours, 2 hours, whatever.
I did an Arizona Iced Tea promotion with them, maybe 10 times in one summer, maybe 3 years ago or something, and it was $40 an hour.
Yeah, I did a bunch of Dos Equis once for them.
Oh yes, Janelle did too. My friend Janelle. Yeah, she did. I think I actually got her in, and then I got like a fee, like a
nice. Yeah, I really enjoyed Creative State, but they just didn't have a lot going on in New Jersey. But I liked their whole team and everything. Like they were nice and like
Yanni worked for them, but now he's not with them anymore. He was my contact. Yanni and Sabrina.
I know Sabrina. Yeah, Sabrina was always really nice.
What about Anne Marie? Is she still with them?
Anne Marie, I'm not sure. I think she is. But I remember talking to her too here and there, and she was always sweet.
The $40 an hour. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they want you to look a certain way, it's got to be that way.
Give me the number. Yeah, I agree 1,000%. So
you can go to McDonald's and make $18 an hour.
Now,
But brand ambassador, promo girl, whatever you want to call me.
I'm not too picky either, but I know some people are like particular about it. Yeah, but I'm not.
I mean, I don't really care if they, they call me.
Yeah, I'm never offended.
If they feel like I look like a model, why not?
Call me. Yeah,
call me that.
But so what would you say that your favorite part of being a promo model is?
I think it's it's easy. It's easy money. The scheduling, you could schedule around a full-time job. Like if you're like, all right, well this week, I think I want to make some extra bucks, and you can just pick up a few jobs.
Yeah, it's so nice.
But next week I don't feel like it, so I'm not going to. Kind of, it's very
so nice
flexible.
to be able to say, no, and you don't want to.
I love that, and it's like a bonus when I meet, people like you, Marissa, Fiona. It's such a bonus to be able to have a good time with your friends while you're making some extra bucks.
1,000%. I feel like the good outweighs the bad, in my opinion. I feel like there's a lot more pros than cons. But what would you say is a con that you think?
I think,
but since it is so flexible,
the number one thing for me sometimes I'm just not in the mood to talk to people.
I agree. And then you already scheduled yourself. So it's like you don't want to back out. Yeah. And sometimes like your day will be shit or something, and then you have to go. Yeah. I would say that's the same for me.
Or like a really nasty rainy day. It's like you wake up, or like you just got your period, but you just got your period. It's so a nasty rainy day. Now I don't feel like doing anything. I'm in pain. I don't want to talk to anybody. And oh my God, it's raining. And now I have to try to do something with frizzy hair and like try to look cute and act friendly and nice when I don't feel like it. So I think that's the biggest con for me.
I would say, I totally agree with like what would you say, like unpredictability of like what could happen like day of a promo event or something like that, because other than that, outside of that, I feel like you said, being so flexible, I don't feel like there are so many cons, because for the most part you are gonna like pick things you want to do and not like places you don't want to be. But also a con could be like maybe even like an annoying sales rep shows up to like the promo and then they're like down your throat, or like
Definitely
helicopter parenting you the whole time or something. Like I've had that before.
Or like or like a St. Patrick's Day parade that you're working and you have to park like 10 blocks away.
Yes, that's annoying too.
And now it rains on that walk for the 10 blocks.
No, that's annoing as hell.
And now you're getting in trouble for being late because you're
experience
walking
this?
10 blocks in the rain. Yes.
I'm like, is this from personal experience? Because it's sounding very personal.
And then you get an attitude from someone after you just walked 10 blocks in the rain.
Yeah, no fun.
And now you're cranky because now you just got an attitude.
Yeah, no. That's definitely, those unexpected
But now
circumstances.
you're waiting for 2 hours in the middle of a road holding up a banner for Miller Lite that you didn't know you were going to be holding in the rain for 2 hours waiting for this parade to start. Yep, unpredictable stuff. Yeah.
I would be
totally
pissed. Wait.
I will never. How come you
didn't know? How come you didn't know? Because I
didn't know. I thought I was just going to be in a parade having fun. I didn't know I had to hold a banner in the rain after walking 10 blocks and getting an attitude. I will never, ever work another St. Patrick's Day event.
Stop.
Especially a parade.
Well, don't be the banner.
I don't care
girl.
if you give me $40,
don't be
$50,
the banner
$100
girl.
an hour.
No, I think we're good. But don't be the banner girl.
I didn't know.
You need to be the bar hopping girl. That's why I always said I don't want to hold the banner. Like, I want to be the one going around to bar to bar.
I mean, this past St. Patrick's Day, I worked bar A for Beyond, and that was cool. And I got there at 4:00, so it was
bar A. So you just stayed at bar A. That's saying?
Okay. That was it. And it was 4 to 6, and parking was like boom right there.
No way.
Parade was already over, so parking was like boom right there. And then I was even so nice. There was another girl that lived by me in Toms River. I think her name is Paula. And she does like salsa. She teaches salsa. She's super nice. I texted her. I was like, hey, I live in Lacey. I can pick you up on the way if you want, since I'm already going that way. And she was like, really? That's awesome. We can just meet at like Kohl's or something. I was like,
oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. So it was cool to make a friend.
I love it. Yeah. I love when you can like find someone that you can like carpool with and stuff to these events, because it makes it even more fun.
Yeah,
and
definitely
convenient.
Yeah. And I think afterwards she was like, I'm hungry. And I feel like I should have been like, want to get some food after? Mm-hmm. But like, I didn't even think to say that. And then I thought, I thought my boyfriend was going to be home, but because I took the job, he ended up going out with his friends. So then I get home and no one's home. I'm like, I should have said something to her. Like,
next time.
Yeah.
Next time.
Yeah.
What is your,
if I do it.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're getting out of the game.
Well,
but you might dabble back. You might dabble back.
I don't know. What am I gonna be 60 and still do this?
Stop it. I mean, they're probably hiring. Like, I see a lot of elderlies now.
I know.
And I feel like they do good too.
Yeah, but you know what it is? It's just I'd like to just stay home and relax now. I
feel that 1,000%. I don't blame you at all.
It's a different, and the different clientele too, because, like even that day at Bar A, I felt so old. Like they were like 20s. Like, like
the bar promotion.
And I didn't find any of their jokes funny. Like, I don't know. Relate. It was just, they were just, dressed like leprechauns and just like, no one's even Irish. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't know. That's how you know when you're like, just, getting over it.
Yeah. You know when you get to that point.
Yeah.
And it takes a toll on you after doing it for a while.
Then I'll book a vacation and be like, well, I got to work now.
Yeah. But sometimes it's nice to do it like that, you know? So it's not like you're heavily in it. Because there was times where I was like heavily in it and I would go back to back to back to back. Mm-hmm. And I was just going crazy. And I feel like that's why I like took a long hiatus, because I was just so in it at one point and doing so much. And I was like, okay, I need a break. Because it does take a toll on you. And you're like, I'm not the most, what's it called? Extroverted person, so it takes a lot of energy for me to be around a lot of people. So I do need to have that like time to recharge by myself, or else like I will not be good. So I need that. But
I'm so opposite.
Yeah, really? You get your energy from people?
I just, I don't know. I don't mind it.
Yeah, you're definitely more extroverted than me, I would say.
Yeah, like I turned it off. I don't like being alone. Like, I don't.
Okay, that makes.
There's,
a lot of people don't.
Well, you know what? Honestly, it's not that I don't like being alone. It's just, I'm never really alone.
Yeah.
And then like when my when my boyfriend's not home, sometimes I'm like, this sucks. This is boring. This is boring. Come home.
Yeah, not me. I'm like, yes, I'm by myself.
Wow.
Free time. Yeah.
Wow.
No, I love it. What would you say is your favorite type of promotion to do?
Well, it all depends. Like, man.
Yeah, it's pretty dependent for me,
It
but
really depends.
I have said in another episode that it was golf outings, just because you can make like the tips and stuff, and you're usually just like hanging out outside, and it's just like a nice chill day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I would say
I think I have my answer.
What?
I don't know. Okay. There's different. I don't know how to put it. So, for example, okay.
Sometimes you're in the mood for different things.
Well, single Tiffany, like certain types of promotions.
Okay.
Not single Tiffany, like certain types of promotions.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay, so before my boyfriend, I didn't mind doing golf events. I didn't mind doing liquor events. I didn't mind doing bar events. I didn't mind doing trade shows. But now it's like, I do mind when people hit on me now. Now it's like, I don't really want you to hit on me.
Yeah.
I don't really.
I don't want to sit there. Just like a constant, because I felt like for me it wasn't so much, but
yeah, I just
got lucky.
It's like I don't really want to. I don't want to flirt with you for your tips.
Yeah.
I don't
absolutely not. No, that's why I like when I was in a relationship, I kind of stepped back from like the bar promotions.
Yeah.
But like I like still doing like the trade shows and stuff like that, or like what's it called? Like the buy right events and stuff like that.
Yes.
At the golf courses.
Yeah.
Like your little black yeah. season. Like
and
I
like
said,
now
I
it's like now I just kind of smile and just
yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't know. It's like a little birdie. It's just like it's telling you me like, all right, like I feel like I'm cheating if I'm like if I'm like talking to this guy or something. I don't know. It's just different now.
Yeah.
Shit got real for me,
Yeah. No, I feel that.
4 years in, it's just, I don't know. But so for me, my preference, I would say I'm over the golf events. I'm over the trade shows now. I don't mind going to like some bars near my home and making, a quick extra, $60 or whatever and get some tips out of it. Just from, passing out a tray of shots and being super professional. And I noticed that the way that I talk to people is different now after working in this, in the sales world in the medical sales field. I noticed the way that I talk to people is different and it's more professional and it's more into detail. So I would say my answer would be liquor stores.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Sorry it took so long to get that out.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's my least favorite.
Yeah. I mean,
but
it's torturous. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. It's definitely.
But it's also so easy and just like thoughtless.
It's definitely torturous. But don't get me wrong. If somebody asked me to work a bar near my home on a Friday night, I'm like, all right,
Yeah,
but
if it's close and local, why not?
Yeah.
Exactly. Would you say you have a favorite brand to represent or a favorite marketing agency to work for? And I already feel like I know what marketing agency you might say.
A favorite. I don't feel like I have a favorite brand.
No. Okay. Yeah. Me and Fiona said that we thought maybe like Patron because we just like always like liked their events, like their POS and
true.
All their sales reps like that we've came across have always been nice. They've always seemed like very generous. I've had like a few reps give me like so much Patron and stuff. Tito's reps will give great stuff too.
Yeah. I would say, I guess I would say the top three would be Jameson, Patron, and Tito's.
Okay.
I think Jameson would be my number one. Because I've met that rep.
I haven't done a lot for Jameson. I've done a few, but I haven't done a lot.
I don't remember ever meeting the Tito's or Patron rep. Not that it stands out to me. Okay. So maybe I have.
Yeah.
I don't really meet reps that often though. I
would say like a trade. Like I met a few Tito's reps mostly at like trade shows and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you, Fiona, and Lauren have gotten picked for those brands at the trade shows. you have to be specifically picked, I feel like.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't think that I've ever worked for Patron or Tito's at a trade show.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that's why I never met them.
Yeah,
but I have met the woman rep for Jameson, and I thought she was super nice.
Aw.
And comfortable and friendly. And,
cool.
you know, like if you need anything, call me, you know.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. I like when you get like contacts like that, reps like that are just like helpful and nice.
Actually, they're not my favorite rep. I remember something happened that I didn't like.
Oh.
But you know what? I don't know. It could have been the agency. It could have been I don't know.
What agency were you requesting?
They requested a certain person. And meanwhile, like I worked for them. It was probably once or twice a week for like 6 months straight. And then they requested a certain person over me. And I was just like, why? Like I never had a bad rapport.
Yeah, I would feel like that
and
too.
then the one that I had I had a gig prior to that, just like right down the street, and they requested a certain person for that one, and I was like, well then I'm not going to go all the way there for 2 hours and you're giving that other one to that person. I'm not going to ruin my whole summer Sunday for just 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
I should be on both and at least get 4 hours. I don't know why you're requesting that person. And that person is like, no offense to anybody, but that person is like 60 something years old and they requested her over me. And I was like, well, now I'm calling out. So I called out and I went out on my boat that day.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
I wonder if it really was them requesting or if it was the agency just like...
I don't know if it was the agency, but the agency told me it was the rep that requested that person. And I was like, I'm working down the street.
What was the agency? I'll bleep it out if you want me to.
But I was supposed to work down the street at either Shore House or River Rock prior. And, you know, it's right down the street. Like, why wouldn't you give me both?
Yeah, no, that's very weird.
So I looked at Dave and I was like, I'm no longer working them that day because I'm not going to ruin my whole summer Sunday for 2 hours.
Exactly. It's not worth it.
No. For 2 hours?
No, that's
it was like they wanted me to do 12 to 2 and then that was it. My whole day is shot. I'm just gonna go home and twiddle my,
especially on my Sunday.
No, I think it was like August. I was pissed.
No,
I was pissed. I was like, how dare you? She's new.
Yeah,
she was only with the company for a few months.
Oh wow.
And then the
that
other
doesn't
girl,
make any sense to me at all. It doesn't, especially if you had good like rapport with
and the other
Jameson
girl that she was working with is my friend, the blonde girl Alina, that I hang out with her all the time. I got her in the company, and are you requesting her over me when I just got her? They were both new, and you're requesting them over.
I would feel some type of way.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? Find somebody else to work the other one. Have her work the other one for me then.
No, I don't blame you at all. Yeah, would you say you have a favorite agency to work for then?
I mean,
is it Bea? Because that's who I was guessing it would be. Because you guys have a close relationship, kind of.
She's very, very nice. I really like working for her. She's very nice.
She is very nice.
I don't have anything to worry about. She's very kind to my family. She's very, very kind and generous to my little sisters. She'll text us on our birthdays and
we love Bea.
Christmas.
Shout out to Beyond Promotion, guys.
And holidays, she's very she's a friendly family person, and she's a workaholic, and she's a good businesswoman, and I look up to her. I admire her. Not everyone can do what she does.
No, she kills it.
You hear people all the time. I know you do. Like people that will just say like, I'm going to start my own company. I'm going to start my own company. They have no idea. It's how hard it is.
Yeah, it's so hard.
I hear it all the time. I like literally heard it from
every BA.
And I'm like, it's not that easy. You need contacts. You need to learn how to be a good business person.
Yeah.
She handles things very well. She handles texts, phone calls, conversations very well.
I've never been like rubbed the wrong way by her, like anything like that.
She's great.
And I feel,
and I said to her one day, I was like, a a BA texted me out at 11 o'clock on a Sunday night, and I screenshotted her the text, and I said to the BA, I was like, do you know what time it is, or something, you know, like something like sarcastic.
Yeah, because why are you texting me this late?
Yeah, but so her response was, next time just don't respond at all. And like, that's what kind of businesswoman she is. Yeah. Like
you're gonna talk to me on my business time.
Yeah, you just no response is a response. Yeah. Like she's great. I don't even know where she learned all this from, but she's
I love Bea.
Yeah, and if anybody ever wonders why she's successful, it's because she's a boss ass bitch. Like she's amazing. She's a boss ass and bitch. I really is. Yeah, and like, you know, she's kind. She's even kind to my boyfriend. Like my boyfriend needed some extra money one time, and he even went out there and did some promos and.
I did not know that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, one time she needed someone to drop off some promo stuff like down the street from his job up north Jersey, and he went to her house, picked it up, dropped it off for her. Like,
that's awesome.
She's just a very, you know, she's like you do for me, I'll do for you. You know, rub your back, I'll rub yours. Like
she is great, and I've heard people like talk poorly, but I don't see it. Like
people that talk poorly don't really know her. That's why.
Yeah. Or they just like see what they want to see.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
But I am thankful for all the promo companies that have given me the opportunity, because everything that I have today, you know, I own my own home, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I bought my house on my own.
Yeah.
You know,
amazing.
I own half my boat, and just, you know what I mean? Like the things, the places that I've traveled, the things that I've had, you know, it really has a lot to do with all the people that have given me the opportunity to be where I am today.
Yeah.
You know, and being in the medical sales, you know, having the brand ambassador experience helped me get where I am. And I'm, you know, super thankful.
Yeah, I'm glad that you say that, because I always like to say that it has definitely made me grow as a person. It's like, it's not something I even thought was going to happen either. And then when I got into it and I was, you know, years down the line, I was like, wow, like, the way like I can speak to people now, the way that I don't get anxiety about walking into a bar and like talking to everyone and anyone. And it's just crazy because I never thought I would be that person, because going into promos, I was like terrified. I was like, that is so not me. Like me, I'm going to ask someone, do you want a sample? Like, like, no. Like, what if they're like, that's fuck off, girl. And then I was like, you know what, Maria, who cares?
Right.
Who cares if they say that?
Yeah.
Like, collect your bag and that's it.
So half the time you'll never see these people ever again in your life.
Exactly. So I was literally like, you will kick yourself if you don't do this. Take the jump, take the leap, just try it out. And if like you hate it, you don't have to do it anymore. Exactly. And I did my first one. I ended up loving it. So I was like, you know what? This is for me. And like, I really like this. So.
And a lot of times too, like, you know, it's just, you know, it is great money, you know, and it's not like we're scrubbing toilets, you know, like you know, looking back at like my family, job. You know, my mom working extra side jobs and you know, my friends and my family working extra side jobs, cleaning houses, walking dogs, doing anything they can to make an extra buck. We're over there just standing there handing out free shit, talking to people. Like
literally,
we're really honestly like we're lucky, and like I really feel so lucky sometimes. Like I'm like, this is my job. Like I can't believe we're getting paid for this. Like a lot of times too, like when we were dead at like bars or liquor stores, like I'm like, I remember saying to, you know, Fiona, I'm like, I can't believe we're getting paid right now. Like a lot of times.
There's been so many times. Yeah, we like, look at each other and we're like, can't believe we're getting paid for this. I can't believe we got paid for that. Like, you know, we really just. And a lot of people don't know about this world. I didn't know about this world.
True.
I knew here and there I would go into like, I don't know, maybe a liquor store or something, and I would see like someone doing that, but I had no idea what was behind it. I had no idea anything until you get in it. Yeah. So that's why I feel like it's like kind of like a little secret. Like a lot of people don't know it.
Yeah, and then people will ask me, how do you get into
this?
We
get asked that all the time. We've gotten asked that together.
Yeah.
Like we're like,
all
how did you guys
the time. Yeah, at the Devil's Games too.
We did,
all the time. Yeah.
But going back to what you said about like the free shit and stuff. So what would you say? I like to ask everyone, what was your favorite POS or like free shit that you either like gave out or like you got to take home and got? Because I got years and years and years ago before COVID, I got a Hendrix gin fan. It was like it's like this big. I don't know. Whoever's not watching and listening, I don't know. I don't know how to describe how big. I would say like 5 hands, maybe 5 hands long. And it opens like that. And
wow.
it's just so nice. Like I use it like when I set my makeup, and then like I love it. And I use it to this day. And it's just
I really
been
like
around
Hendrick's
for
gin.
years now, really.
Yeah.
And I remember like I was doing a promo at Ocean Place in Long Branch.
Oh my God, I love that place.
Yeah, me too. And I love doing promos there, and that was when I got it, and I was like, oh my God, this is like one of my favorites.
You know what? Now that you just brought that place up, you know what's a cool thing about this job also?
What?
Like, I literally feel like I've been to every bar, restaurant, liquor store in Monmouth and Ocean County.
Yep.
And like, if I didn't do promos, I probably never would have.
No, and now you know the tea about all them, and like probably some managers and stuff. Like, no, it's
but like
nice.
you know, like there's places that I probably would have never gone to. Like there's hole in the wall places, or like bar restaurants in LBI that I probably would have never gone to. Just that I probably just never would have known of them.
Totally.
But like when
you can answer that. If you...
Sorry. When people like ask me about different places, I'm like, oh yeah, I've been there. I've been there. I've been there. Kind of like
did a promo there.
I've been everywhere, basically.
Literally.
Yeah. So I think that's cool. But I would say Tito's. I really
Tito's
do. I really do. Yeah, I really
anything
do like
specific or just like
I love
most
the
of their
sweaters.
stuff.
The sweaters
the
are
sweaters are cool.
Yeah, the Christmas sweaters.
I love a good quality like something like that.
Yeah.
Like, of course, like gave me like leggings one time, like yoga pants. Like we were talking about before. I don't even know how it came up, but we were just saying like it was fun. The Devils promos.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was like the last time. Wait, the last time we worked together, I want to say was like that. Maybe at that last year, how I said it was.
I think it was that
golf
country club
thing, the country club,
yeah.
and then there was like we didn't work together with it, but like trade. It wasn't a trade show, but it was another golf thing.
Yes,
a huge golf event. Yeah. But before that, we did this Devils program.
Yeah.
So that was kind of when I was in my phase of saying like I'm only taking promos that are
longer.
worth it. Yes, they have to be either for a long period of time or they have to be a program where it's going to be set days that I'm going to be working, so I get like a big chunk at the end. So who reached out to me? I think it was Maggie.
Yeah.
And at that point she was for Brand Emotion and she was before that Beacon, right? So she was with Beacon, and that's how we knew her.
Yeah.
And then she moved over to Brand Emotion, and then she hit me up about this Devils program. And then how did I know that you were doing it? I'm not sure, but did you also get hit up by Maggie in like an email or something?
I'm not sure if I found it on Pop Bookings or
you might have seen it. Okay.
Or from Maggie.
Let me see.
Really
I
sure.
screenshotted.
Oh no, it was an email. It was an email. It was. I remember it. It was an email from Maggie. Yep. But I think we made a lot.
Yeah,
of money.
it was on Pop. I was gonna ask you if you remember exactly how much you made, because I know sometimes they messed up on Pop Booking, so I'm not like. Do you remember there was something like weird how it didn't say something? But
home.
Yeah, so you could check that when you get home, and then
if
it's different than what I'm about to say, like I'll like
Okay.
pop in another time and let you guys know from the future or something. But according to my phone right now, it was saying 192 a
something
day.
like that. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we were getting like 192 to go to the Prudential Center to work every Devils home game.
Did we get travel pay too?
I think we did get travel pay.
It was whoever drove.
Tina ended up asking for it, and they like said they were gonna do her tolls or something like that. I never asked. I never ask unless they say they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know. I'm a little bit. I don't know why I never did.
That's probably the only reason why she offered to drive us.
Maybe. I was a little timid about like asking that. But anyway, so long story short, to us getting onto the program, so we decided like we were gonna do it, and then we found out that like we were both doing it, so we were like so excited.
Yeah.
And then so it was for the Devils games, Prudential Center. It was some of the games were like early, some of the games were late. I feel like most of the shift was because this is a lot of this is saying 4:30 to 10, or it would be at 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yes. Yeah.
To be one of those things. We worked for, like we said, Brand Emotion, and then the promo that we were doing was for Play Up, which was a betting app.
Yes.
And low-key was kind of it was hard if you weren't us. Like, and I don't even mean to say that like bragging, but I think like for like
not everyone was outgoing.
I feel like if someone just was starting to get into like the promo world or something, like this probably wasn't like the promotion for you, because you really do have to like ask people, and you're asking them for their social security. Didn't they have to type that in?
I don't remember.
They had to type. I'm pretty sure they did. Or like part of it.
I remember that.
Yeah. Like when you handed them the pad, don't you remember a lot of people being like, damn, these are a lot of questions.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember? Mm-mm. You don't remember how long the survey was, though.
I don't remember how long the survey was, but I
don't remember people complaining like, oh my God, like when is this going to end?
I don't remember that, but you know, I remember what
that.
I think though. Like I feel like you and I talked so much because we tried to get as many people as we could, and we were so outgoing, and a lot of people were getting paid to stand there and do nothing. But
yes, that did it. Me and you were like front and center, like getting everyone that walked by. Like we didn't miss anyone.
Exactly.
Like we love to kiki and have fun with each other, but we are good at our jobs too.
Yeah, and I feel like we worked really hard to do that, and I feel like we talked so much. I remember by the time like the game went back on and everybody like went to their seats, my like voice and my mouth and from smiling in my face, like I was just like, oh my God. And then it was like, now I have to ask somebody if I can use the bathroom, and now I have to ask if I can go get some food. Like, what?
Okay, yeah, we'll get to that. So that happened like halfway through, right? So okay, so we first started this promo.
No, but for me, it was the first event that I ever did, even when you weren't there.
Okay, so you started before me with that. Okay, so you can tell me about your first day, because I wasn't there.
I'm like, why do I have to ask this person if I could use the bathroom?
Yeah, so that's another
why
thing.
Do
so
I
there
have
was
to ask if I can go get a pretzel. Like, who are you?
No, so okay, so there was a team lead for this program, and we have talked in previous episodes about team leads. Personally, I don't like love team leads because a lot of times I feel like people are getting hired that shouldn't be a team lead, but also like I've been a team lead in the past, and I felt like I like was a great team lead, not to like brag, but like I don't know, and I felt like it was beneficial for me to be team lead because you did need someone like as a contact, because I was doing it for all of the Jets and Giants home games for FanDuel, and I felt like you kind of needed to have a contact.
You telling me that. Yeah.
So like, I don't know, it kind of made sense. And sometimes it does make sense to have a team lead, but I don't know. There's just a lot of like shit that can happen with it. And we had bad experiences with team leads during this program. Yeah. During this program, no, like it was bad.
I don't feel like it should be another BA. I feel like, I don't know. I guess, you know what? It was my first.
Wait, what do you mean you don't feel like? Oh, you don't feel like the team lead should be just another BA that got picked out to be team lead?
It should be someone that actually is a manager for the company, the agency.
That makes sense.
Because it's like, who are you telling me I can't use the bathroom or go get something to eat?
Like, we're on the same
payroll. Exactly. I don't know. I guess it was my first event with a team lead there. And
that was your first event with the team lead in general.
And I was standing in the same spot for so long. I literally just killed it talking to a million people asking if they'd like to do this program.
Yeah, would you like? So we were like, we had to ask everyone. Do you want to sign up for Play Up?
Yeah,
and then
it's a betting
Did they just have to sign up? They just had to sign up. Yeah. Right? They didn't have to place a bet, because I've done a few where like they had to place a bet.
They had to place a bet.
No, I think they just had to sign up, which was a little bit of a process.
Yeah.
Tiff doesn't remember, but it was. I promise.
Yeah, I don't. It was a bad time for me. I feel like things were still fresh.
You were going through shit. Yeah.
Looking back at that time with the rest of my life, not even just that Devils game, but like everything kind of seems like a blur.
Yeah.
But it stands out when someone tells me that I can't take a break if I can't. I have low blood sugar, I have hypoglycemia, I need to eat, I need to go to the bathroom, and I'm entitled.
Don't we all?
I'm entitled. I'm entitled. Like, who are you to tell me I can't use the bathroom?
And those weren't 2-hour shifts. I just read to you guys like a lot of them were like 4:30 to 9:30.
Yeah. And I don't know. And like,
so your first day was like really rubbed the wrong way by the team lead.
I don't really like authority anyway.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
I mean, like, and like, especially someone that's like 15 years younger than me, or I don't know, telling me what to do. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just
so,
and like we're all it's a BA job. Like what? Chillax.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
taking
going
it
to use
too
a bathroom.
serious.
I'm going to
You're
get a
taking it
pretzel.
too
Relax. Yeah, relax.
Yeah. No, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Because then it's like you're not going to get what you want out of me by doing that.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I'm going to be more like upset and annoyed and just like trying to get through this then.
Yeah. So it already put a bad taste in my mouth. So then the next time I think I worked, I think you and Fiona were there, and I was like, oh my God, thank God. Thank God. I've been so bored. I don't even know.
I remember actually.
I didn't have anyone to talk
like,
to.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, oh, thank God. So then everything, it was cool.
So my first day.
And I liked Yakima.
Okay. That's what I was going to say. That was our team lead, right? I liked her too, even though she was a little bit like, would tell me certain things and then go tell you certain things. Like if she was like you did a little something annoying, like she would like say something to me, but then if I did a little something annoying, she would like say it to you.
Yeah.
Like I remember just like little things like that. But overall, like she was
I think
she was all right.
that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like she would just do like little things or like
I
say
that. Yeah.
Yeah. She was all right though for the most part.
Fucking annoying.
Yeah. So
okay, so
yeah, Yakima was she was okay. Like she wasn't.
But she let us leave early. Well, no, actually.
No, she was a stickler about that. Actually, she was trying to be annoying.
10 p.m. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, like the guys from Play Up were even like, you guys can go if like like.
Everything's cleaned up, put away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And a lot of times, like, come on, we just worked a whole shift. We don't really want to fight the traffic of the crowd.
That's what That's what killed us, because
like,
we did get stuck in it one day because Yakima made us
stay till 10 p.m. And that was horrible.
Yeah,
so we didn't end up getting home until so late that night, and it was just like insane.
Was that one time where we were sitting there waiting for our boyfriend to get there? What was that?
Oh my God.
Something happened to her tire?
Her tire.
I don't remember. I remember freezing.
Was that going home or on the way there? No, that was on the way there.
It was dark.
On the way there, her tire started making a noise or something, and you called it out. So we so we ended up working with at the time a mutual friend also doing the promos. So Fiona did them here and there, but me, Tiffany, and more on a regular basis schedule with these Devils games. I feel like we kind of became like permanents in a way.
Yeah.
And the three of us decided we would carpool because obviously it's so much easier. And Tiff lives in Ocean County. I live in Monmouth County. I lived in Monmouth County too. So we all met. Not a rest stop, but like basically like a rest stop. It was right off the parkway, in a little like parking lot thing. And then we would hop in. So we would hop in her car, and then she would take us, and then we would get there before the game started. Obviously, I think like an hour before the game started, something like that.
Yeah.
Ample time. So like we didn't have to worry about parking or anything. We would always park in the lot right across, and then would get reimbursed for that.
Night was dark, though.
What?
That night that her boyfriend got there, I still feel like it was dark, but
no, it might have been dark.
Yeah.
No, because the thing is, it was very dark because he got there when we left. Because the thing is, you remember, like when we were at the promo, she was like, "We're not gonna make it home because you." So as we were carpooling one day to the event, his car started making a weird noise, and then Tiff called it out, and then pulled over.
Yeah.
Something from the bottom of her car was rubbing down on the concrete, and like you guys had to use a zip tie or you makeshifted something.
Yeah.
Did you, or did we just drive slow and then we were like fuck, like because she wanted to zip tie it, but then it didn't work, something, I don't know. We did make it, and we made it pretty much on time, by some miracle. And when we were there, she was just like, I'm gonna call my boyfriend to take the next train.
I can't believe it.
Or
I still can't believe
but
it.
He didn't. Someone brought him, his grandma's mom. Somebody brought him.
You're right.
To a parking lot near. We left the promo. We met them at like a parking lot, and they fixed the bottom of the
would
car.
Never come all the way up here.
So that was an experience, but yeah, no. So getting back into like the Devils games and stuff. When did Yakima was what, like the lead for? I want to say like 3 of them.
A lot. I think she was more? For a lot. I think Tina was only the lead.
It only switched at the end. Okay. So yeah, she was it for like most of the time, and yeah, you're right. She was there longer than I'm saying right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were fun overall, and me and Fiona touched on how we would go into the VIP thing and get food, because what made us start doing that? I feel like like Tiff's so outgoing. If you like, if you ever wanted something at a promotion, Tiff's your girl. Like, she's gonna get it for you. She's gonna get it.
I think I literally said to like that chef one day, was like, oh, is this for everybody or something? And he was like, yeah, come on over.
Yes.
So then I got a plate, and then I came back and I was like, you guys should go. And then we were like, oh, you guys were like, okay. And then you guys came back, and that was it from there.
From there, then we just would keep going to this like thing during our breaks, this little buffet, and like we would have our breaks and get food and stuff. And like,
and I see nothing wrong with it at
me
all.
either. And like, we were still doing our jobs when we needed to. No one was eating on the job. No one brought their food over. Actually, I think Yakima did, or like some or like a coffee or something like that.
Oh yeah, but we needed to, because it was freezing in there.
I need one right now.
A Devils game, a hockey game. It was freezing.
Yeah, so
we needed tea, coffee, hot water, something. It was so freaking cold.
But halfway through that, like we got away with it for a few events. Yeah. And not even got away with it. Like, we were allowed. Like you said, you asked him. But then like the 4 events or something after, Yakima got caught, even though she doesn't want to say that she was the one who got caught. And she did. Or she got caught by someone like a higher up to like, that was like in charge of all the food and bev or something like that. And
meanwhile,
said something
they just throw
to her.
all the food away at the end.
And she, exactly. That's the thing. It's like just going to go to waste if we don't eat it. So I don't really see the point in it. But he even ended up coming to us. Do you remember, like, afterwards, and saying like, it's fine if you guys want to get at the end? Do you remember that? He did. And then we were remember us looking at each other like, see, he was fine with it. Yakima was definitely just like being like dramatic about it, and because she was like, she did something that was like obvious, and we were like, why would you do that? Like, I forget what it was, but it was just like something obvious, and we were just like, oh my gosh. And then I remember her coming back and being like, it's done, guys, you can't go back,
like right in front of
and she made a plate for someone else too, like that she shouldn't have. You're right, like the bartender next to us, you're right, like that too. Like, she was just getting a little bit greedy with it.
And then that guy that used to give us the free pretzels,
he was the best. The Auntie Anne's guy,
just so nice.
He said he got in trouble, I think, or something like that. Oh, I don't remember, but he was nice. He was so nice. Yeah, we got a bunch of like little perks there. We got the Wawa coupons. There was a Wawa station next to us.
Oh my god, I love those. I had a ton.
Yeah, so that's like the fun thing about like working a promo. Sometimes you don't even know what's going to be around you that you can go ahead and grab.
The Wawa was the best.
Yeah, Wawa was set up next to us, so they were giving out coupons to get free sandwiches. We also had
free coffee, free drinks.
There was like a skincare line next to us, so we got a few of their samples.
Free devil's hats.
Things.
Free devil's beanies. The devil beanies.
The beanies were cute.
Those were cool.
Yeah,
and the little speakers.
Yeah,
those were cool.
We were giving out some good stuff for Playa.
Totally.
Yeah. Trying to think what else was like over there. I don't know. Those were like a good time though.
But so, you know, it's a huge rule follower, and you know, she would be a stickler, even though she would eat the food sometimes too.
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah. But she like tried to say like that she was, you know, like wouldn't do anything wrong, but then would do things wrong. Like, she would like try to work for Play Up directly for Play Up, and like
going above the agency.
Yeah, and get like Maggie and Brand Emotion out of there. And she did a few events strictly for Play Up, and like, you know, shady things like that are not technically allowed, but like she would do them often. And so this was like the most drama and most embarrassed I've ever been at a promo. Like, obviously this was like prior to me meeting the girl that we were like, oh my god, it's horrible, because that like tops it. She always tried to like seem like she was just like trying to, you know, get on everyone's good side in a way.
She's a goody two shoes.
Yeah, she is a goody two shoes. But would do
she
like
didn't
want to
break the rules.
Well, she was a goody. Yeah,
she's eco-friendly. She's vegan.
Sometimes
you know,
I don't know though. I don't know, because she did like I said, she did
break
break
for
the
every
rules,
penny,
and she wanted
every
to do
penny.
like, she's a secret freak.
She's definitely a
she
secret
stopped
freak. Working for Bea, I think, because like Bea left like 2 cents out of her paycheck one time, and she texted her for 2 cents, and Bea was like, what the heck?
See, that's why, like, I don't know if she's like as nice as
I don't
Val,
think so.
No, she's
I don't
not.
know.
She's not.
I don't know.
That's why I'm like, yeah, goody two shoes, but also I feel like
it's the quiet ones and the goody two shoes that you
gotta
gotta worry about.
for.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
And
because
she
I feel like I'm 100% real.
She surprised me on this night. So we all carpooled there one day, and we're all doing our job, and we're all doing it well. And I don't even remember what the F happened. I really don't. Like, could you spark my memory?
I know some people sat down.
I know
too much.
you were like, and it was so funny because it was like your guys' thing, and I somehow became like the big one that it was about. It was you who was like having a weird thing going on. Do you remember? Yeah,
and then I stick for me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's how it all happened. I remember like you guys were not vibing and like both talking shit about each other to me. Yeah, but I was on your side because I forget what it was about, but I just remember I was on your side because I like couldn't agree with like whatever she was saying because I was like, no, like Tiff's amazing. Like she's getting all these signups. Like I don't care what she does. Like.
Oh my god, I remember.
What? Tell me.
It was about okay. So one day somebody asked me if they can have like a free giveaway. Okay. And I was like, sure. And then she was being a stickler with the giveaways.
Yes, I remember this.
And like it's not that big of a deal. We talked about like things not being that big of a deal with the Devil's game before that they like took things to be a big deal. And like that's what I couldn't stand about the Devil's games, like me going to the bathroom, it's relax. Me going to get a pretzel, me going to get a drink, like relax. Like I'm still doing my job. Done. And that's what's cool about being a brand ambassador is that like it is a relaxed job, and you know as long as you do your job, your spokesmodel, promotional model, whatever. Like you that's your job.
You hands down probably got the most signups.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll give that to you.
Like a bonus.
I was literally gonna say that we got no incentive.
I know sometimes she probably
it's very
did, though.
rare that you get an incentive as a promo girl because you are getting good pay hourly.
Yeah.
But good companies, and a lot of times they will give you an incentive. Yeah. Like I had an incentive when I worked for BetMGM, and that was another betting app. And whoever I signed up, I got wasn't a lot, but it was still an incentive for me to sign these people up.
Exactly.
Whereas PlayUp, we had no incentive to sign anyone up, yet we still were hustling and trying our best to get as many signups as we could.
Yeah.
But sorry, go ahead.
My incentive of getting all these signups was just put me on all of them.
Yeah.
Or all of them that I want.
Yes.
Was my incentive because I needed that extra money at the time because I wasn't working a full-time job at the time. So it was like, all right, well, I could live off of this and then some because it's good money.
Yeah. So you're like, let me.
But and plus I want to make it worth my while to come all the way to Newark from Lacey Township, But yeah, so I gave somebody a giveaway and she made like a comment to me, like a nasty comment.
Yeah, I remember it. Like you can't do,
Instead of saying like, hey Maria, like, they really said we shouldn't give them to people unless they sign up.
Yeah, she said it in like a shady way or like an attitude and like Tiff, you can't do that.
She called me out in front of everybody, like a nasty, like, enough. Like we can't, like something like that. Like
it was very reprimanding.
Who are you talking
very
to?
Teacher-like.
It was very like you're not my mom. Like why are you? What?
I remember she stepped in too. Was it something like that? Did she step in or was it afterwards? I remember a time that she like stepped in and was like, no, she can't do that or like something like that.
Yes. To
and
somebody else asked for a giveaway and I was about to give it to them.
Like embarrassing.
And she was like, no, you have to sign up. Yeah. Yes.
And then that's when she turned around and said like enough.
And it was completely her fault.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to die. This company is not going to lose money from handing out one hat. Relax.
She just freaked out for no reason.
I haven't been giving it to a lot of people without signing up. Like it's going to be okay, lady. Like relax.
Yeah.
Like, stop. Like chill out.
No, literally.
Like you're trying so hard. They're not. She said they count everything in the bin. No, they're not counting everything in the bin. Stop.
Either way, it wasn't that serious, and she made a scene, which was embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of the promo just got completely awkward.
Yeah,
and she was like pissed off and like on the phone the whole time. Yeah. We're like, who is she texting paragraphs to?
Yeah.
We were looking at each other like she's definitely like
telling Maggie
texting paragraphs
and then
about
like
something,
the walk
and not doing her job. Meanwhile, like okay, just because you're a team lead doesn't mean you can't be out here with us like asking. She literally She stood with her arms crossed, leaning on the thing, and stopped working.
Yeah.
I was mind blown. You were mind blown.
Yeah.
We both looked at each other like we were shaking our heads because
after
we were just like,
these arguments, we had to get back in her car. It was like the most awkward.
No, we're not even there yet.
True.
Because me and her didn't even get into it yet. So she's just standing in the back, just being like, whatever. And me and Tiff are like doing our job, and I'm like low key whispering to Tiff, just like, what are we gonna do? Because this is so awkward, and like she's not doing her job at this point, and I'm kind of annoyed about it. And then I didn't
even say anything back, right? Like I didn't even say anything. I let it go.
Yeah, I don't remember
I don't know
what
the
you
hell
said.
She was mad about.
You might have said just what you said here, just like it's not that serious or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you didn't go crazy, but you said like a calm thing. Like you don't go crazy during promos. Like you kept it calm, and you were just like, okay, like it's not that serious.
Yeah.
But, like that's what I remember.
Yeah.
And then everyone went back into their seats, and it became the quiet time again. And then that's, I think,
awkward.
and it was super awkward. And I don't know what happened, but there's still lingering people out there. I think that, I don't know if this was a time where I think there was more people around. So it might have been they were coming out, but it was like in between time. But like they were getting ready to come back out on a break. Yeah. Something like that, because I remember people being around when she was screaming at me. Like I specifically remember people being around when she was screaming at me, when I was like, this is so embarrassing and like mortifying. Like I remember looking at each other and like, this
Do you remember
horrible.
how that started? I don't remember how that started.
It was just like the three of us standing there and then like trying to talk about it, and I don't know what set her off. Oh, because I laughed.
Girl?
I laughed. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Irrelevant. But I laughed or smirked because I was just like, she's not getting it type of smirk, and she thought I was like laughing or smirking because she said something about like her dad passing away or something like that. Like she was just going on a tangent about like, woe me, I'm going through all of this stuff, and then you guys or whatever. And I was like, Tiffany's gone through all of this stuff, and you're like freaking out on her, and she comes here and she kills it every day. And then she went on a tangent, like I said, about like everything that's whatever with her. And then I guess I had a smirk on my face, and that's when she lost it. But my smirk was about like, you're not understanding what I'm trying to say here, and it's I don't care. I'm so sad for you that you lost your dad, and that is horrible, and I would wish that upon nobody, and that's horrific.
You said everybody is going through something. That's
or something like that.
Yeah.
But I was specifically
and
meaning like you.
It.
I was specifically meaning you, who's going through the exact same thing. Tiffany had just lost her mother.
I think you might have said both. You might have said both.
That. Yeah.
Because she was just freaking out.
Yeah. I think I said Tiffany's going through the same thing. We're all going through something.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what you said. Yeah.
And then she freaked out and like lost her mind, because I get it. If you're in that state where you're already like emotional, if someone says something, you're going to freak out. But you can't do that being in a pro, and you can't do it being in a leadership role.
She should have taken time off after.
She should have took 5 seconds to breathe. Yeah, realize what I said, because I wasn't.
You didn't say anything wrong at all.
No, like I am so sympathetic and compassionate for you guys losing a parent. That is literally, I could not imagine that is like a horrific thing, and I'm so sorry to both of you, and I have said that to you guys, and I was never ever would be coming from a place like that. Yeah, so for her to take it like that was so crazy. And she, oh my God, I've never been yelled at like this before in my life. She got mad at you, probably like by my dad when I was little.
Everyone's going through something.
Yeah, well, that's all she heard. That's not all I said, but that's all she heard.
Exactly. And I was like, wait, what is she saying wrong? Like literally like that. And because I'm like,
freaked out. She saw red. And she freaked out, got so unprofessional, and started yelling at me in front of everybody.
And then she said to me, how dare you take her side? And I'm like, what did she do? Yeah. I was like, what did she say?
You're mad because Tiff gave out a piece of POS.
That was
and now we're having a huge blown up argument because
over nothing.
And I don't even know how her dad and all that shit got brought up. I guess just because that's why she was acting so all of a sudden erratic. She started playing the victim. All of a sudden
she was like crying, and she was using it as an excuse.
Yeah, and I'm like, why are you like pounding the corner after you were the one who yelled at Tiff?
Yeah.
It was weird. Yeah. It was so weird. It didn't
make sense at all. Like even the other girl was just
that was working. She was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Olivia. Oh, that was her. Yeah. And she even
followed her to the bathroom.
Followed her to the bathroom just to make sure she's okay.
And then you and I were just like.
Yeah. But then she even came back and said that she was like on my side. I don't think Carrie was there.
No. Oh.
I don't think she was. I don't know why. But I feel like she wasn't. Maybe she was, but I remember like her coming back like from the bathroom and she was just like, no, like I'm on your guys' side, but I just wanted to make sure like she was okay. Which we even said like, go make sure she's okay. Yeah. Like we're not horrible people. We don't want people in the bathroom crying. Like of course I was pissed that I just got fucking yelled at like a little child in front of people at a promotion when I'm doing nothing but doing a great job at this promotion. And I have been, and
she got away with it.
So she got away with it. She went and told on us. She
still works for them.
She went and told on us, and then I get an email saying, "Hey Maria, we're going to have to remove you from the 4/7 shift for play up. Do you have time to discuss on a call this week a few issues that were brought to our attention? Thank you." I say, "Hey Maggie, that's really disappointing and confusing to hear. But yes, I would absolutely love to discuss. Will tomorrow work? I'll be free, blah, blah, blah. Let me know if that works or another day would be better. Thanks." I can't even believe I answered it like that because what I wanted to say was, are you fucking kidding me? Now she's messing with my bag. And it's so unprofessional that Maggie just like took her side and didn't listen to the whole thing. I was
sweet, innocent girl,
blown by that, and honestly upset. I was like actually hurt by that because I was like, I have been doing nothing but great work at this job, and I'm getting removed for this. Like, what did I do? It had nothing to even do with the promotion. You know what, though? Like, keep personal stuff personal.
I feel like I see past it. Even seeing her today at the supermarket, like I see past her now. Like there's something crazy about her. I see past it. I see past her sweet innocent look. Her girl next door look. There's something. Yeah. There's definitely something.
I don't want to completely shut on her, but that shit pissed me off so bad. And it was just so unprofessional.
Nothing happened.
You got removed as well, right?
I'm the one that was mad. I'm the one that should be mad because you literally talked to me like a freaking asshole, and then
she did.
And then you were just like, you were just children. Like, what? And then she yells at you, and then I'm just like, what? And it just kept happening. And she got away with it. She finished out the whole program. She probably still works for them. She probably still works for those the play up guys. Yeah,
probably.
Yeah,
she is good at doing that. So did you get removed good from
at following the book to how they want it to be played?
She's good at playing the game.
Yep,
she's good at playing the game.
Innocent to the T. Like
she's good at getting what she wants for herself by any means necessary. Because she will shit on Maggie and Brand Emotion. She did. Like she wanted to not have them involved, and she wanted to get the full pay and just be with Playa.
And she's the one that didn't show professionalism as a team lead when she yelled and cried and overreacted.
Extremely embarrassing.
Somebody that was professional should have been like, okay guys, we'll talk about this later. Or, you know, like taking one of us aside, not in anyone's view.
Everyone saw it. Everyone saw it. It was so embarrassing.
And for an hour,
the fourth girl, Olivia, I remember looking at her at one point during the argument because she had to go sign people up. She was trying to do her job. Poor girl. God bless her for doing that. Like she was like, all right, these crazy girls are fighting, but I'm gonna still try to do whatever. And she's like glancing over at us, and we're all still arguing. And I'm not even yelling back because I'm just mortified that this is happening. I did not yell back once.
Yeah,
if you recall.
And, I mean,
I just sat there and took it and kind of like
an hour, 2 hours. She was just standing there, like you said, doing emails, talking about us to Maggie and phone calls and crying and standing there with her arms crossed and over in the corner off by herself, not working.
Yeah, no, it was horrible. So we had the most awkward ride home. None of us talked, and I barely said bye to her, shut the door, and that was it. But like I said, I got that email, and I was just so disappointed that even happened. So I don't know, like if you are like a point of contact manager, you're a booking agent or whatever, like please don't just take your team leads say on something. Like get to the bottom of it. Because you want girls that are out there actually doing like a good job and not being unprofessional. So I don't know. That was a really unfortunate circumstance because I loved Maggie. I really did. I thought she was a great, I really liked her.
I know. I worked for her for years, and she took the side over ours. But you know what it is? I feel like she made it seem like we were acting like a bunch of children that whole program. I feel like and meanwhile it wasn't even us, it was other people. But obviously we're going to have fun with it. We're not going to stand there like we're in the army. It was kind of
crazy that she like, brought up everything when she wanted to just talk about like what upset her. Ended up bringing up
getting food, doing this, doing that,
and not to mention they've been doing this. Like, girl, you've been doing it with us. What are you talking about? So that was crazy. But definitely the craziest drama I've ever had at a promo, hands down.
Definitely.
Hands down.
Definitely. Same here.
Yeah, I was like scarred from it.
Yeah.
It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, true that. And it was good money.
Yeah, exactly. Just like this. This has been so
But yeah,
fun.
honestly, though, I would never go that far again. And I would never do that long of a program again, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know if I would.
Put a bad taste in my mouth.
It did.
It's really not worth the money in the end.
No. No, it wasn't worth like all the anxiety and headache that it gave me.
Exactly.
That's what it wasn't worth for me.
Exactly.
Because it really did affect me. Like
and
I said.
You know, we went some days in the freezing cold and the snow and then stood inside in the freezing cold.
Yeah.
And then,
I remember
and then they get mad if you want to wear a jacket.
We had to be masked up for the first portion.
Oh, yeah. And
that
then they gave us tank tops and they didn't want us to wear jackets, remember?
Oh, my God. I was freezing.
You had a jacket
I had to
on.
take off the jacket.
Yeah, there was a list of things wrong with that program.
I was like, why? I'm freezing.
Yeah. Oh, no, don't worry about it. Freeze.
Yeah.
But have fun and yeah, okay.
And get us lots of signups.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We did, though. We did. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but... This was so fun. Yes, Thank you for coming on, Tiff.
It was fun reminiscing.
Yeah, seriously, I'm so happy. I feel like we have stories for days, but yeah, no, this was so nice.
We'll
so happy we got to
2.
talk. Yeah, stay tuned, guys. Might be coming. Everyone's with the part 2, but yeah, thanks guys for listening. Whoever watched, and yeah.
Toodles.